What is up, guys? We are back in the garage with Seth Streetbob, and we have another install for you today. This time we are working with Koso, and we have one of their D2 LCD meters. It is a replacement display, tachometer, meter, whatever you want to call it, for pretty much all Softail models that use this style. And I'll show you guys a close-up so you can see what I'm talking about. This is going to be a really nice upgrade if you want some style, because you can change the background. But the main reason why Seth's going with it is because you can see your tachometer now, not just the numbers. You can actually see the gauge along with your speed, the temperature of your bike, how much fuel you have left, the range, your miles. There's a lot of things that you can do that the stock one can't, which is why he's going to upgrade. So it's going to be really nice to get it on there, and the install is a plug and play, and I mean plug and play. I think as a total, you have maybe on stock handlebars 8 bolts to remove. On ours, we only have 6, but I'll show you guys what I mean. It's real simple. We'll get right into it. The hardest part of this install today is going to be setting up your Koso meter after you have it installed. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so I wanted to do a close-up of us unboxing this. This is what you're gonna get when you order your Koso meter for the Softails. Go ahead and open it. See, everything's packaged in there nice. Per usual, instructions. And again, normally we just toss those, but I'm kidding. We're gonna use these today to show you guys how to go through and set up your Koso. Let's pull this guy out of here. This is all it is. Like I said, it is a very simple setup, and it replaces your stock one and fits right in there. So there's not much to that. So let's go ahead and move on to the next little bit. We'll take Seth's off and we'll go ahead and show you the install part. All right, guys, just like last time, we forgot to write down our mileage, so we plugged it back in so we can get those. This time we plugged it in, wrote the miles down, and set it right here so we don't forget, because you will need the mileage when you install your new Koso. Now, Seth has aftermarket bars, so he has an aftermarket mount. As you guys can see, it wraps up on the bars here, but the biggest thing to note is the plug on the back. Now, your stock one is going to mount on the top, and I'll go ahead and throw a picture so you guys can see what I'm referring to. When you unplug this, you probably will get a check engine light code when you put it back in. It's just going to be a code stating that your display lost power to the bike, and obviously when we unplug it, it's going to lose power. Now, this is the plug on the back. It'll be exactly the same on yours. It just might look slightly different based off of how you're mounted to your bars. There you go, pull that out. Now you're going to see what Seth's holding there. Okay, so now that we took that off of Seth's bike, like I said, it will probably vary depending on what you have on your bike. I'm going to show you guys how we take this off. On every single one, it'll be the exact same mounting system. You have the 4 screws back here, just like you do the area for the 4 screws here on the Koso model. Take a torque wrench, go ahead and pull it out of here. These shouldn't be super tight in there anyway. Remember, you're screwing into plastic, so you don't ever want to over tighten anything because you'll break plastic. Now I have all 4 screws out. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this out, and literally this is all you have to do. Even on your stock one, you just push it and it pops out. That is it. As you guys can see on this stock one here, we have a rubber grommet around the outside, as well as these little bushings that are kind of a brass color in there. So we're gonna wanna pull out those bushings because we wanna keep those. So simply just kind of, on this side you can kind of get under, sorry guys. On this side you can get under there and pull it out with your nail if you want. So we're gonna pull those bushings out because we are going to use them on the new Koso one. So we'll get them out on both sides here. Now you guys will see what I mean by the rubber grommet that's on there. You'll basically just pull those out. Let's see if I can show you there. Pull them out of that, just like that. And then it'll come off the top. Get it off on this side. There you go. This is what you're left with. Now this is going to go directly onto the new Koso meter. So you'll essentially put it on to where that fits over the top. Okay, got the rubber grommet in. Don't forget to put back in your bushings, otherwise there won't be any hard pieces in there. So we're gonna go ahead and push those back into each spot. The bushings do come in from the back side and go up like that. All right, and just like that, the Koso display is ready to be installed on Seth's Streetbob. Let's do it. So now that the grommets on there and we have our bushings in place, we're just going to take our mount. Again, this is going to be slightly different depending on what mount you have, and we're just going to go ahead and slip that back on where it goes, just like so. And then you push that up in there. Got it seated in there real nice. And then we're going to go ahead and flip it over, and it looks just like the other one did. Now we're just going to go ahead and run our screws back in. Get this thing tightened down, and like I said, you don't need to over tighten anything. It is plastic, so if you over tighten it, you'll have a chance of breaking things, and we don't want to break anything. They just need to be snug. You could go ahead and throw some Loctite on here if you'd like to. We're not going to because it has Loctite on it already. Okay, got our Koso attached to our mount, and we're gonna go and put it back on the bike. So that's gonna go ahead and reconnect his mount before we plug it in, just for ease of the video, so we can show you guys what we're going to do here. Once you have it in there, go ahead and plug it in. You can do this part first if you'd like, but we just decided to do it after. Boom, it's plugged in. We're going to give the bike a second to readjust. Once we see the alarm button come on, we'll be good to go. And as you guys can see, it's flashing right there, so that means it is now connected to the bike. So go ahead and turn it on, Seth. Now you have your new Koso tachometer set up. All right guys, to our surprise, the odometer already has Seth's mileage on there. So it must be stored in Harley-Davidson's. It is a newer bike, so that makes sense. So that's pretty cool. But just as a good note, I would write down your mileage before you unplug it, just in case you need to do it. So there it is. It looks pretty nice on there. Seth, go ahead and cycle through. Let's show everybody. So we have trip A, trip B, I'm sure. The Koso always does this. Essentially, you can set when you want to do your mileage change for your oil. In this case, it says 300, but you can change that to however many miles you want to do. That is going to be your range, so you can see how many miles you have till empty. This is the clock, how hot it is outside, which is kind of nice, or in this case, cool. That's going to be your battery. So Seth looks like he needs to put his on a trickle charger. And we're back to the miles. So that's really nice. I definitely like this, and we'll probably start this up for you guys so you can see the tachometer here in a second. But yeah, what a plus. All right guys, so to change some of the settings though, this is what we're gonna do. So you hold the select button for 3 seconds. It's gonna bring up your options here. Okay, so here we are on 1. This is going to change your clock. So if you hold it again for 3 seconds, it's going to start blinking here. Now that's asking you if you want the 24-hour clock or the regular 12-hour clock. To select your number after holding for 3 seconds to get into whichever one you want, you will basically click the button 1 time to get to your desired time. Then you'll hold it for 3 seconds to get to the next one, and you will add that time in. 3 seconds to the next one, you'll add that number in. Then you go ahead and hold for 3 seconds total, and this will take you out of the clock option, and now you're good to go to the next one. 2 is the units. So if you guys want to change your units, say you want to go to kilometers or something like that, you can. We are here in the good US of A, so we're going to keep it on the miles per hour. Illumination obviously is what we got here, so this is how you change the background color and how bright it is. Hold down for 30 seconds to enter this portion of the selection. What you're seeing right there is auto, so Seth, go ahead and change it. You have day mode, night mode, and auto. Now of course Seth's going to leave it in auto because I think that makes the most sense. Now we're going to hold it for 3 seconds again. Now we're in day mode, but this is selecting the color as well as the brightness. So go ahead and Seth, if you click it 1 time, the select button, you'll be able to pick what colors you want. We have red, I think that's like an orange, green, or yellow, I guess that's green, blue. So basically whatever colors you want. So he's changing the percentage there, but now he hold it for 3 seconds, and we are now in night mode, as you guys can see the N on the side there. And in that case, now Seth can pick a color that he wants at night, if you want something different than what's during the day. Now to get out of it, you're going to hold for 3 seconds. Again, it'll bring up the percentage. Just hold for 3 seconds again. And there you are. You're back into your options screen, which now we can go on to the next one. This is going to be your tire circumference. Basically, you can change it to 105% if you got bigger tires or lower. We're going to leave that as 100 and not touch it at all. Number 5 is your RPM shift warning, so you can actually set where you want the lights to flash, telling you it's time to shift. This is at 5500. I think that's fine. So we'll go ahead and move to the next one. Display, you can adjust things that you want on display, whether you want it to show the heat or the odometer, the tachometer. You can adjust things there. Again, we like that, so we're going to leave it exactly how it is right now. Number 7 is to set your mileage for maintenance. So you hold it for 3 seconds to enter it in. Now it's asking Seth, it has it on. If he clicks it one time, it'll turn it off, and then the maintenance schedule will be off. Now the reason why you would want to turn that off is if you have it on and you go past your maintenance schedule, it'll blink all the time on you, just letting you know that you're past. So you can leave it on if you like, and if you wanted to run it on, you would go back to the on portion, hold for 3 seconds, and then select how many miles you want to have on there. And it's simple, just like changing the clock. You can basically go in there and click it one time, and it'll take you, so each one you'll do 3 seconds basically to get to the next number, and then you would pick what you want. So whether Seth leaves this on or turns it off, that's up to him. But same for you guys. Very simple. And then once you get your desired number, again, hold for 3 seconds, and it'll take you back to the menu selection. So, and number 8 is obviously your odometer, because it says ODO. Now, in Seth's case, the numbers are already on there and they're correct, so we're going to leave it alone. But if you guys have to do any adjustments, you can go into number 8 and adjust the odometer there. That's about it, guys, on the setup. We're going to go ahead and leave everything else the way it is. I hope that helps you guys on your install or your decision to buy one, and we'll see you guys on the next one.